Okay, hi everyone. So for today's pick a card reading, it'll be on whether you should stay or whether you should leave. Okay, so there's three piles in front of me, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So remember to take your mindful breath before you pick your cards. And once you're ready, you can skip to the timestamps down below. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so this is for pile 1. So let's see what is the message for you, whether you should stay or whether you should leave. Okay, so we have the Divine Justice. Okay, let me show you the card. Okay, so now what I'm getting here for you guys is that the main issue here, whether you should stay or leave, is whether or not this situation or this connection is fair for you, if it is stable for you, or whether it is fair towards you if you continue staying or if you choose to leave. Okay, so we also have this person being blindfolded, um, and it kind of reminds me that perhaps you may be unsure whether or not you should stay or you should leave, and you can't really decide, or there are certain things that you can't see for you to make the kind of proper choice that you need to make. Okay, so let's clarify the Divine Justice. Why is the Divine Justice here? Okay, so why is the Divine Justice here? Okay, so if you chose this Paul, what I'm getting here is that perhaps things haven't really been working out lately, or you've been trying your best to improve on this relationship. But if you chose this Paul, what I'm getting here is that there's a need for you to, not say there's a need, but I'm seeing that it will be good for you if you continue to stay in this relationship to see whether or not things will improve. Perhaps there's a need for you to give this relationship more time to work out. Okay, and especially if this relationship is, sort of balanced, the both of you, it kind of feels that more or less the both of you are able to see eye to eye, or you both are willing to work towards this relationship. Okay, and we also have hope over here. Okay, so this kind of sends a message here that you may need to be more patient for this relationship to grow. Okay, we have spiritual union and hope, and I'm just getting that this connection is still salvageable. I mean, depending where you stand with your relationship, for all I know, your relationship may be fine. And this spiritual union here indicates that the both of you are able to see eye to eye. The both of you are able to compromise on certain things, to be able to give and take within this relationship. So you guys may still be in the process of learning how to improve and strengthen this connection. Okay, and with hope here, this reminds you to look at the positive side of things as well within this connection, and to always learn to be fair towards each other. Like, you have to consider your partner's feelings, and the same goes for them. So what I'm getting here for you guys is to stay in this relationship. Okay, and the main message here is for you to ensure that this connection is balanced, to ensure that there is an equal give and take to each other, and to be considerate of each other's feelings. Okay, So let's pull one romance angel card for you guys. Oops. Okay, so we have pay attention to the red flags. So what I'm getting here, yeah, again, so with this divine justice and the fact that I mentioned that you have to be more considerate to their feelings, and so do they have to be considerate to your feelings. Pay attention to the red flags here is telling you to be more mindful and to be more aware of your actions towards the other person, how you speak to them, how you consider their feelings, their viewpoints, learn to put yourself in their shoes as well. Similarly, they have to do the same. But I'm seeing that it's possible for you guys to strengthen this relationship. It's just that you guys have to be more patient with each other. You guys have to learn how to balance this relationship in a proper manner where you cannot put put your ego ahead of this relationship, if you get what I mean. So yep, that's all that I'm getting for pile number one. So if you chose this pile, I mean, good news for you. They're asking you to stay, just be more mindful of your emotions, your thoughts, whether you're causing this relationship to be imbalanced. But also, other than that, I see that there is a potential in this connection to grow, to strengthen. Okay, so yep, that's all I'm getting for pile 1. So do let me know if it resonates for you. Okay, I'll be moving on to pile 2 now. Thank you guys. Okay, hi. So this is for those that chose pile 2. So let's see what's the message in store for you, whether you should stay in this relationship, in this connection, or whether you should leave. Okay, so let's see the message here. Okay, so we have 9 of crystals. Okay, and perhaps some of you guys that are inquiring about this connection, you guys may not be together. Perhaps you guys are separated, or it's something platonic and you're not sure whether you should continue staying or continue trying. But with the 9 of crystals here, the main message for you guys is that you have to remember how to be independent. You cannot allow this connection or to allow your feelings to make you lose sight of yourself, to lose sight of your independence, of your individuality. Okay, so let's clarify why the 9 of crystals is here for you guys. So why is the 9 of crystals here? Why is the 9 of crystals here for pile 2? Oops, okay, we have transformation. Okay, and we also have crown chakra as the overall energy. So what I'm getting for you guys here is that there may be a need for you to let go of this connection or to leave, because transformation is death, and this card here reminds you that there are certain things that isn't working out for you, that isn't helping you to grow, that isn't helping you to embody this independent energy. Okay, because it kind of feels that for those that chose pile 2, you may be making this person seem like your prized possession. Okay, and you may be putting their worth over yours. So in a way, what I'm getting here is that it kind of feels that you're making them worth more than your own well-being. Okay, and the transformation here is a very clear message that it's time for you to let go of this thing. Okay, oh, and I just realized I've never really realized this before, but look at how this person is holding on to this guy or this statue, I don't know. But in that sense, it kind of looks like you've been clinging on so tightly to something that isn't for you, okay, not realizing that you're supposed to, not realizing your own worth, okay, because this person is like in black and white, like gray, but then you're, you're glowing, but you may not even realize that, okay. So what I'm getting here is to stop clinging on to this connection or this person if, if you're not, if it's hard, if it's been hard for you to realize your own worth, okay. And I mean, perhaps you guys may get sick of hearing this, but at the end of the day, your own individuality, like, is very important, okay. And there may be a period or a need for you to grow, okay. So let's clarify, or let's see, pull more cards for more messages for you guys, okay. Let's see. Okay, can we have more messages for Pile 2, please? Can we have more messages for Pile 2? Okay, so overall energy, we have the solar plexus chakra, and I just forgot, but I was mentioning about the crown chakra as the overall energy. So what I'm getting with that card just now as the overall energy is that you may have picked up on certain things. You know whether or not you should stay or leave already. Like, even before you choose this card, I mean, even before you chose this pile, you sort of already know what to do, but perhaps you just needed some kind of confirmation, or you just, wanted to see what messages are there for you. So what I'm getting, third eye chakra, again, your intuition, they are telling you certain things already. You're getting intuitive insights about this situation on what you should do. But again, with trapped in fear, okay, and disruption. So I am getting that you have a hard time trusting your own intuition, or you have a hard time reclaiming your own power. With the solar plexus here, you guys may have a lack of self-esteem, a lack of confidence, and you guys may tend to seek out external validation from others, okay. um, so the third eye chakra, with trapped in fear and disruption, the way that you see yourself is very important. And again, I feel that this person isn't able to make you recognize your worth. Ultimately, in the end, I would say, like, it's up to us to recognize our own worth, okay. But you have to learn how to be aware, that if there's a need to let go, you just got to let go. So trapped in fear and disruption, what I'm getting here, and it looks to me that you guys have been very stressed about this connection, or you guys have been trapped in this situation and in this connection for quite some time. You guys may have been afraid to move on from this connection, okay, because the transformation card, it doesn't really come out unless there's a need for you to grow, or to have a major shift in your life. And it's like you've been resisting and you didn't, it's been hard for you to budge, or it's been hard for you to get out of this situation that you've landed yourself in, okay. But again, the main message here is that I'm saying there's a need for you guys to leave, okay. If you came here to get the confirmation that you need, because I'm seeing that you guys already know, you guys already know what's the right thing to do for yourself. So if you're here to get a confirmation, I'm here to tell you that, yeah, you should leave, Okay, stop trapping yourself in this situation where there's a lack of growth, where you're not being valued for your worth, or you know, with these two cards here, it kind of feels that you've been in this stagnant spot for so long. Okay, so whatever it is, there's a need for you to leave this connection. So let's pull an additional message from the Romance Angel deck before we end this reading for pile 2. Oops. Okay, so overall energy, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So yeah, like what I was saying before, where you're not realizing your own worth, or you value people's worth over yours, or you're someone that looks externally for validation. Okay, this card is a reminder that you have to love yourself first, you have to put yourself first. Okay, we also have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that for those of you that chose pile 2, the additional message is to keep an open mind about this whole situation and learn how to trust in your own opinions, in your own intuitive feelings. If there are certain things that you know, you just know, and try not to doubt yourself, or try not to resist, you know, that feeling where you know certain things but you still don't want to accept the kind of intuitive feelings that you're getting. So trust yourself more, trust your intuitive feelings more. Okay, perhaps you're being called to leave and you're afraid that once you leave you won't find someone like that again. But this card is asking you that you have to keep an open mind and understand that, you know, leaving is not as scary as it is. Okay, I mean, I understand, you know, I understand where you guys are coming from as well. But with this getting to know each other card, perhaps it's also asking you to, you know, put yourself out there, learn to meet more people, socialize with more people. Okay, let's pull one last additional card to clarify getting to know each other. Okay, so I just got the message that some of you guys may have, cause I mentioned at the beginning of the reading where some of you guys may not be in a relationship or a connection with this person you're inquiring about, but because of whatever that has happened, whatever that you're still sort of mentally or emotionally stuck in, it's very hard for others to get to know you. Okay, especially if you're scared that the same things might happen, or because you are still hung up over this person, you haven't been able to let go. So it is stopping you from getting to know new people out there, or stopping you from finding someone else. So again, keep an open mind, but let's pull an additional card to see if there's anything that they would like to add on. Okay, can we clarify getting to know each other? Can we clarify getting to know each other? Okay, so we have fertility. So this is the Empress card. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that there's a need for you to heal your heart. Okay, especially if this is something that you've been holding on to for very long, or something that you've been finding it hard to get out of. There's a need for you to heal your heart and learn how to grow. Okay, learn how to grow from this experience, this situation, and trust and believe, trust and believe in yourself, in learning how to be more confident, because the overall energy, we have the solar plexus chakra again. So this also deals with how you feel joy, your confidence. So with this fertility card, there's a need for you to understand that it's time for you to grow out of whatever that you've been resisting, okay? So that you are able to open your hearts up to someone new again. Okay, so yep, that's all that I'm getting for pile 2. Do let me know if it resonates for your situation. I'll be moving on to pile 3 now. Thank you guys. Okay, hi everyone. So this is for those that chose pile 3. So let's see what's the message in store for you, whether you should stay or whether you should leave. Okay? So we have the 9 of orbs. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that you may have been stressing or overthinking, and there could also have been some kind of worrying and perhaps disappointment, fears involved in this person that you're inquiring about, or this situation that you're inquiring about. Okay, so let's pull more messages for you guys before we see whether you should stay or whether you should leave. Okay, can we clarify the 9 of ops for pile 3, please? Can we clarify the 9 of ops for pile 3, please? Okay, so we have solar plexus chakra in reverse. Oops. Okay, we also have transformation in reverse. Okay, and we have sacrifice as the overall energy. So let me talk about the 2 cards that fell out first. Okay, so if you chose pile 3, what I'm getting for you guys here is that you may have low self-esteem, and you could be someone that has a tendency to be in denial, okay, about your own feelings, about your own situation. And that could also be why you are constantly overthinking, constantly worrying, because you lack self-esteem, you lack the confidence, you may not fully trust and believe in yourself or in others. That's why you are constantly paranoid. That's why you constantly have low self-esteem, and you tend to worry a lot. Now, with the transformation in reverse, what I'm getting for you guys here is that there are 7 things that you have been resisting. Perhaps you know what you should do. Okay, perhaps you know what you should do, but at the same time, you are unwilling to make the changes that is needed, or make the changes that you are being called to do. Okay, because I mentioned you guys have a tendency to be in denial. Like, you may know certain things for sure, but you don't want to believe it, or you don't want to accept that fact. You guys are afraid to make the kind of changes that you need to make. Like, it makes you uncomfortable to accept the truth, so it's easier for you guys to deny it. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you guys. Now we have the sacrifice card as the overall energy. So this may be you sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your own mental well-being when it comes to this connection. Okay, so let's pull more cards for you guys. Okay, so um, we have suffering in silence as the nine, as the overall energy, and also the nine of ops. So these two are the same cards. They are clearly telling me that you are someone that has a knack for constant overthinking, for worrying. You get paranoid very easily. Some of you guys may also be very unhappy in your current situation. Okay, with the fact that the card of transformation is in reverse, it's like you've been resisting this even though it makes you suffer, even though it makes you uncomfortable, even though it makes you so miserable. Okay, and crown chakra here also again tells me that you know what you should do, but like I've mentioned, you have a tendency to just deny what you know or what you think you should do. We also have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this can indicate you're not being honest with yourself. Okay, and now we also have the sacrificial card in reverse. So I would say that for pile 3, there seems to be a need for you guys to leave this connection or to leave this thing, whatever that you're inquiring about, because you guys are simply not happy here. Okay, with the nine of ops and this card of suffering in silence coming out as the overall energy, I'm just getting you guys are very miserable. You guys are very you guys are just not in a good place with this connection or with this person. And with the Ace of Swords in reverse, this tells me that you guys have been trying to deny the truth, have been trying to resist, or just you are not able to take the truth, and that could be why you're in this miserable spot, because you simply are not willing to accept the truth, and therefore you are willing to sacrifice your own well-being, you are willing to sacrifice your own emotional and mental well-being. So for those of you that chose poultry, the crown chakra here indicates that you know what you should do very clearly. Okay, but the fact that the surrounding cards are all in reverse, you have a hard time executing what you know you should do. Okay, so there's a need for you to be honest with yourself. There's a need for you to see certain things that you've been holding on to, certain changes that you need to make that you have been resisting. Okay, and I'm just saying very clearly that if you chose this power, the answer for you is that you should leave. Okay, so let's pull additional cards from the Romance Angel before I end this reading. Okay, let's see what's the additional message for you guys. Okay, what's the additional message for poultry? What's the additional message for poultry? Oopsie. Oops. It fell. Okay. Okay, so we have past life relationship. So some of you guys may be dealing with someone from the past, or some of you guys may have been dealing with a very intense connection. Okay, but if if this relationship is making you feel this way, there's a need for you to reconsider. Like, it doesn't matter if someone that you have a past life relationship with or whatever, this sometimes it can be a karmic thing, a karmic relationship, where you're here together in this lifetime again to learn and resolve certain things that you need to learn from. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys will get back together, but it definitely indicates that there are certain unfinished lessons that you both may have needed to learn. And from what I'm seeing, you guys have a hard time learning your lesson about this connection because you are not seeing the truth of the matter. You are not allowing yourself to be clear about what you have to learn, and you have been sacrificing your own well-being here. So for those that chose pile 3, what I can tell you is that there's a need for you to focus more on your own happiness, your own well-being. Okay, understand that everything happens for a reason and you already know what you should do. So now it's just left with finding that strength, finding that power to execute it, to go through with it. Okay, if, whether or not this is someone from your past that you are still thinking about, just I hope that you find the strength to move on or to do what you need to do. Okay, so for those that chose poultry, this is the message I have for you. And yep, so do let me know if it resonates for you. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you for watching my pick a card video. Thank you.